All right, so before we continue, I want to go back to the formula. I want to keep on drilling the formula. This is it's pretty much the first part of the course, part A, part 1 of the course anyway. And I want to just keep on drilling the formula, just drilling this in your mind, that you don't need anything else in order for you to succeed with trading and be consistent. It's all about just focusing and being efficient. There's one thing where you could be someone who do a lot, but you could also be someone who do a lot of nothing. Doing a lot doesn't mean anything. Trading a lot doesn't mean anything. That's doing a lot of nothing. Trading a lot of nothing. We want to focus on only trading in order to get the results, not trading for empty hold on. But not trading for I had received a text. But not trading for just trading sake. It can become an addiction to just be in front of the charts, but we want that addiction to serve a purpose, right? So limit your trading and only focus on what works, and that itself will give birth to efficiency. And so that productivity becomes efficiency, and you having efficient work, meaning whatever that you're doing is actually giving you a result that is desirable, versus you just sitting around and saying that you're busy. Busy work isn't always the best work, because some busy work is just empty work with no results. It's a waste of time, right? So now going back to the high probability formula, right? Remember, we have pretty much is high probability time with high probability price. So HT times HP, even if you want to put HTT or HPT, high probability time, times PP, high probability price, and multiply that by manipulation and market structure shift, and that'll give you a high probability trade, right? So we just want to break it down. This is it broken down, and this is exactly the keys and what they actually mean. So we want to focus on nothing but this. This is what our mind needs to be focused on. And I just added the high probability trade. So this is the key. This is what your mind needs to be focused on and focus on and on seeing. And the manipulation is what pretty much gives way to actually, having that trade confirmed. So as we continue, I just want to keep on drilling this down your mind, keep on drilling it into your mind, and keep on, pushing this, because no one really thinks of this this way. Which is, I guess that's good for you, but not good for them. So let me go on to I want to go to my drawing board. Just one moment. All right, so let's look at this again, right? Let's look at what we're trying to get our mind focused on. We can have, if this is your focus, hold on. Let's get a marker real quick. If this is your focus point, this signifies your focus. Now, forgive my circle, but that's your focus, and this is what you're trying to obtain. If you can like zoom in and really get to the point where your focus is so tuned in, zoned on and zoned in and magnified to get closer to this, then it's easier for you to hit that. So what we have what we have throughout this entire trading space, and what people do, and why the win rate and the success rate is so low, is we have individuals with their focus like this, right? So they want this strategy, they want that strategy, they're looking at this strategy, then they're looking at their phone, they're looking at, like, there is so many things going on, to the point that they're not even close to hitting the target that they want. They're not even close to hitting that. This right here is non-existent because once their focus is just all over the place. What I'm trying to get done, what I want done, right? What I'm trying to help is this. My main goal is to have your focus so zoomed in and so the clarity is so clear that this is your focal point. This is your focus point and this is your target. Nothing outside of this even matters. None of this matters. And that's the goal. To limit the distraction. None of that matters. All that matters is this. And if your lens is focused on that and not a lens like this, you have a higher probability of getting that result. That's the main focus. That's what we're trying to do. So what it all boils down to is efficiency. So if we can have a set time for our focus with only one strategy, and we do this day in and day out, do it day in and day out, what'll happen within that set time, it'll be easier to hit that focus. Instead of looking at the charts all day like this, a set time will get you on point. So either a set time or a set day, depending on how you're trading, or even if you trade like 4-hour time frames, you're looking for one specific thing, right? So that's my goal. That's my goal when it comes to the Big Fish Manifesto. When it comes to getting this how we need to get it, right? It's not, when it comes to trading, it's really not how much you know, but it's how efficient you are with what you know. It's how efficient you are. You know, you just have to eliminate the waste. So we want to always focus on the actual root and not trying to add change to things. We want to refine what we already know, what we already have going on. We want to refine it, and we want to get it to a point where there's a high probability of it giving us what we want. And so that's that. And now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go into like the sessions, the times, and I'm gonna go into the charts and I'm gonna show you guys how these sessions are set up and how high probability trades are set up based on session trading. So I want to get into session trading. So I probably the next module will be into London, and then get into a few London examples. And then we can go into New York examples, and then swing trading examples, and how the 4-hour time frame, the daily time frame, and 4-hour time frame aligned with the lower time frames can give you those high probability trades as well. So this is going to be part 1 of the course. Beyond that, part 2 is the foundation of price delivery. So you can understand how all this ties in and what makes a high probability trade when you understand the entire workings of the chart as a whole. So I hope I get everyone on point and you guys understand what all this is, and it's clear to you guys as we continue to kill these charts. But let's move on to the next module. Make sure you have your notepad and your pen and take some notes. Let's get it, y'all.